I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, with the changing of the guard, if you would, with the 212 division, Keone Pearson beating Shaun Clarida and Derek Lunsford beating Hadi Choopan, people are starting to wonder, is bodybuilding going in another direction? Are they changing what they're looking for in their champions? Are they looking for a more aesthetic look? I would love to hear Steve Weinberg break down why the decisions went the way they went. I remember after Ramy lost the title to Hadi, Steve Weinberg went on the Olympia podcast and he explained the whole deal. He explained why Ramy placed the way he placed and why they had him on the outside through all of the judging. And whether you agree with it or not, at least he sat there and he laid out the reasons why. I would love to hear his take on it, why the judges went in the direction they went. Personally, I thought I would have given the decision to Shaun and I would have given the decision to Hadi. I don't think anybody dominated either show. That's the way I would have went. And it seems like a lot of people kind of agree with it. What I think, now to keep in mind this is only my opinion, what I think might have transpired in both situations, I think with Shaun Clarida and Keone Pearson. Shaun Clarida, yes, inch for inch carries more muscle, more dense, mature muscle. And overall, his conditioning was better. But he also came in a little heavier, and I don't think his frame can put muscle on any place else except for around, at this point he has so much muscle, around his midsection. You saw his abs. He wasn't out of shape. He was conditioned, but it was a little larger around the midsection. And someone the stature of Shaun, that could be really, really damaging to the look. Even still, I bet I would have leaned towards Shaun. Now, Keone Pearson, on the other hand, is like this, almost like the second coming of Flex Wheeler. Shape, structure, muscle bellies. He just got a tremendous, well-packed tool case. And though his conditioning wasn't at the level of Shaun Clarida, he brought in good conditioning. He's made marked improvements over the last year or so, the last few shows. You see steady improvements, and he really did bring in good conditioning. Like I said, not as good as Shaun. And I think what it came down to in this case, weighing out each one's strong points and weaknesses, and the fact that Keone did bring in good conditioning with shape, structure, and I think that the judges might have had a hard time not constantly noticing Shaun's midsection. And I think that is the reason why he lost the 212 title. In essence, you can probably say that he defeated himself. He can fix that. Now, is it going to make a difference next year if Keone makes improvements? I don't know. But I don't think it's just because Keone has the prettier physique. I think it was more, in this case, Shaun uh, doing the damage to himself by trying to come in a little bigger. I think that was a mistake. With Hadi, also, it wasn't, I personally thought Hadi won. But it wasn't, even in my mind, even though I thought Hadi won, it wasn't a dominating victory. It wouldn't have been a dominating victory. But I think the size difference, the hardness, the density, maturity of muscle, coupled with the conditioning and the fact that he's the champion, I thought he should have gotten a nod. Now, in this case, I hate to say it and I hope I'm wrong, but I can't help but going back to thinking, does it have to do with Hadi's accessibility? Hadi, we know, has had trouble year after year just getting into the country to compete in the Olympia. His first Olympia, he missed. Hadi doesn't get around. He doesn't travel. He doesn't make appearances. He doesn't speak English. People bring up the fact that, he's deaf, so it makes it more difficult. Well, he's not exactly deaf. He has hearing impairment. He wears hearing aids. If you speak his language, he can talk to you. So that's not an issue, but he doesn't speak any English whatsoever. No social media, makes no appearances anywhere, and doesn't speak a lick of English. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong, and it shouldn't make a difference because we're judging the physique. But I can understand from a business perspective, and unless Hadi was very dominating on the stage, it wouldn't be too hard for them to lean in another direction towards somebody who is out there and can promote the sport and be an ambassador. Some people might bring up Rami. Well, Rami won a second Olympia, but Rami, even though he wasn't a globetrotter, he still made appearances. And Rami made an effort to learn how to speak English. And Rami was giving interviews and talking in English. So he was able to communicate to his audience in English. And I would say it's safe to say that the majority of the audience for bodybuilding is probably English speaking. All the organizations are all run by English speaking people, so it would be of a benefit. So from a business standpoint, if Hadi is not dominating on stage, would that sway the judges and make them lean in the favor of Derek Lunsford? I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but I can't help but going back to that and saying that's a very good possibility. And once again, From a business standpoint, I can understand that to a degree. You might agree or disagree with what I've said. Either way, let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.